And we're back. So, what's been going on in the news today?
I don't know, Greg. You tell me. What's been going on? We got Trump as president. Did any black people actually vote? I know a couple that didn't.
I know I voted, but I didn't
You
vote for
did? You
Trump.
voted?
Yeah, I voted Saturday.
Did you? I
Yeah.
thought you said you wasn't voting. You didn't care about Kamala or Trump.
Well, the way I thought about it is this: it's like this. I don't call myself a Democrat. I don't call myself a Republican. But if I vote, it's not going to change my political stance
Nigga,
and
what are
stuff.
you? Pick a side.
I'm unaffiliated. You can be independent.
You're unaffiliated?
Yeah.
Okay. So if Trump decides to take all black people off the street at a certain time, then what?
I never said I approved of Trump. I never said that.
You didn't say you like Kamala Olive. Like I said, pick a side.
I'll pick Kamala just for the lesser of two evils.
I don't understand. Like some of these fake woke motherfuckers, y'all sit up there and bitch and complain and shit don't go your way, but y'all not actually out there making a change. I don't want to hear it. Pick a side.
Democrat then.
Everybody in the White House now is all for him. The Senate is all red because we have stupid, ignorant black people voting for him. For what?
Because they feel like Trump will have their back. That's the thing.
What? Because of a stimulus check? He ain't never giving that shit out.
He's not going to give that out no more.
Dumb black people, dumb brown people.
And mind you, it's mostly black women I've seen campaigning for Trump. That's the thing right there. That's the
So
fucking thing.
basically now women don't have the right to for an abortion. So if any chick that you run up in raw and she got pregnant, you keeping that baby. Hope you all realize that. If you're not ready to be a daddy, don't go up in it. Just stupid shit. I don't ever want to hear nobody again bitch and complain about black people's rights and this and that if we can go out and try and make a change. I don't want to hear it. All these fake woke motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We was out there. We was out there on the lines and shit. I haven't voted since Obama, and I said, you know what? I gotta actually vote this year with somebody that's trying to do the right thing. Apparently, that memo didn't get to all the black people and brown people.
I feel like it was rigged low key.
Well, we don't know that. Even if it was, they have to prove it. So he can pass any fucking bill that he want right now, and they're gonna prove it. Now what y'all gonna do? Y'all really didn't want Kamala in office. Now what y'all gonna do?
Just don't make no damn sense. Antoine says it's going to be another George Floyd and Breonna Taylor in
Yep.
coming years. It's already happening right now, honestly.
And they're not gonna be able to do shit about it.
Yeah, I was like, let me just go
This
vote.
nigga's gonna start the draft again and put innocent kids' lives at risk for a war that he wants to have, and they can't do shit about it. So if your kid is like 17, 18, and they get drafted to go to the army, they going because motherfuckers want to vote for him. I hope you're all happy.
It's crazy.
People gotta be fucking aware of shit that's going on. Don't be so quick to get at me in the comments about hip hop when you don't know shit about hip hop and you don't know shit about politics.
All you just gotta do now is just pray. That's all we gotta do.
Right? That ain't gonna save us.
What's up, people in the chat? How y'all doing? And mind you, it's like a lot of people also want to say that just the way how Kamala wasn't using Megan, they feel like once Megan was twerking and shit, like that's what caused her to lose and shit. That's what a lot of people been saying.
Oh, so we blaming Megan Thee Stallion now for why she lost? Really? No, they didn't
They
want
just
to
using
see a black woman in office. That's what that's about. Because we are still living in a sexist, racist country. That's just what it is. They let one nigga in the door. They was like, that's enough. Obama, you got lucky.
they give that nigga 2 terms too.
That was enough for them.
That's just insane.
Yeah. If motherfuckers run up in your home and they innocently kill our people, we have nobody to blame but ourselves for not going out to vote. And then the stupid black motherfuckers going out to vote, they voting for him. So I don't want to hear no bitching and complaining when shit happens. Yeah, because y'all put that nigga in office.
This is crazy. About to start in about 3 more minutes. Yeah, like the Latinos were also voting for that, which is
Dumb,
insane.
dumb, just stupid. What are y'all voting for him for? What he gonna be they're gonna be the first ones back in a fucking country. All the immigrants that came over here, y'all going back to your fucking country.
Mm.
Just really ignorant. Hey, I did my part. I voted for Kamala.
I did my part too.
Just dumb.
Okay. All right. That's why I said it feels like another 2017 to 2020.
It's gonna be worse than that.
We go on lockdowns. Don't go complaining and shit. I honestly really thought Kamala had it in the bag. I'm gonna be real with you.
Nothing surprises me anymore with this country. I'm not surprised because that pale face fuck has a huge following. Especially them southern states. They that's all him. They all for him down there. Kentucky, Indiana, Arizona, they all for him.
Yeah, the racist states, the mountain states,
Yeah.
the redneck.
Arizona is a place that they never celebrated MLK Day. Remember that shit? The Public
Yeah,
Enemy had to make a song about that motherfucker.
and mind you, this is the same nigga that y'all voted for president. The same motherfucker that tried to execute the Central Park Five, but no one ain't ready for that conversation yet.
Yep.
The same motherfucker that says Haitians are eating cats and dogs, right?
Right. That fuck shit about Puerto Rico and all that, and you got Latin people still going for him. That makes no damn sense.
Don't be surprised on what's coming. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, you two? How's everyone doing? This your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy trying to building with me.
Yo.
And today we're going to talk about Bon Jovi with their third album, Slippery When Wet. This album came out August 18th, 1986 on Mercury Records. That was a North America distribution. Then it was released on Vertigo internationally and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, Bon Jovi consists of members John Bon Jovi on lead and backing vocals, rhythm and acoustic guitar, Richie Sambora on backing vocals, electric and acoustic lead and rhythm guitars, guitar synths and talk box, Alex John Such backing vocals and bass, Tico Torres drums, percussions, finger cymbals on Living on a Prayer, and David Bryan on backing vocals, keyboards and stuff, percussion. Producers include Bruce Fair, Fairbarn, if I'm saying it right. I want to say this is the first album that he has done for Bon Jovi and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? And album consists of singles such as "You Give Love a Bad Name," "Living on a Prayer," "Wanted Dead or Alive," and "Never Say Goodbye." You guys know how we do this. The first time we're talking about this group. I'm gonna let you take it away, Try.
I mean, I just grew up on MTV. MTV raised me, and just watching a lot of these here bands, Metallica and Poison and White Snake and all them, and Bon Jovi was he was like all over MTV at that time. The man here, he from Jersey, you know, um, they just had that would you call them glam rock?
I would say early up until what's the album? Hold on. Up until New Jersey, they were glam rock.
Yeah, so there was like a lot of those glam rock bands that was out, and he actually had some songs that I liked. You know what I'm saying? And you know, um, he was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And then like his music was like it went into like the pop world, and hearing his songs in like Rocky Four and Stranger Things, and you know
Yeah,
um he did the soundtrack for Young Guns, and he was just
you
everywhere.
mentioned that.
He was huge. He was a huge and still is. Like they just released the album early this year, and they had a documentary out on streaming. I think it was like on Hulu, and just talking about like how they how the band formed, and his background, and him meeting Richie Sambora when he came into the group later, and they started writing songs together, and you know um it's just dope to see, like he's like a rock icon, and you had Bruce Springsteen as well. He was also in that documentary, and he's from Jersey, and so he had like two Jersey legends that was just killing it in rock at that time, and you know that was This was like the first album that I heard from them. Just because that I know a lot of the songs because they were played in movies and TV shows and even video games. The Rock Band game for
Yeah,
Xbox 360. Like that was like my favorite. Still one of my favorite games to play in 2000s, and both one and two had like songs from him. So like to actually play that game and like to learn, you have to learn the chords for the for some of those songs like Wanted Dead or Alive or Living on a Prayer. And that's what got me into like a lot of those bands, discographies. Like if I knew like a couple of these songs, it made me want to go back and listen to some of the albums. If and not just Bon Jovi, but other groups like R.E.M. and Smashing Pumpkins. So that game really helped me a lot when it came to you know delving into the rock stuff more. So you know,
you mentioned
huh?
you mentioned all the bands I don't like. REM,
I know. I
Smash,
mean, well, it's
Smashing
very
Pumpkins.
alternative. It's a very alternative game. I mean, they got groups like Kansas and
Eh,
the Doors and all that. But I mean, it's a game that you have to learn the chords. Like, see, I played guitar when I was younger, like taking guitar lessons, so it was easier for me compared to like learning the drums or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of those groups, like I know the songs. You know what I'm saying? I know without Chili Peppers stuff and Green Day and all that. So you know what I'm saying? Like if you coming into that game and you know these bands' music, it's like it's gonna be fun for you because it's like, oh, now you gotta learn how to play some of these songs. They had the Beastie Boys in there as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know the Bon Jovi songs, and it was like, okay, let me go back and listen to like one, two of his albums, and then like this was like the first one I listened to, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know this song. I heard it before. It was in this movie. It was on this TV show. You know what I'm saying? And he's huge, man. He's a huge star, and then like the documentary we talked about, when he did take a break from music and going into acting, and he was in like different films and stuff, and he just became like a small town Jersey boy that became a rock icon. That's basically like his story. You know what I'm saying? And I know he had issues with his vocal cords. He had surgery on his vocal
yeah,
cords during the pandemic, and like during the documentary, they like you see him like training his voice again after the surgery. Like he had to basically learn how to sing again. And it was great. It was great to see like his backstory and the different trials and tribulations that the group had. With Richie Sambora had like a drug problem or whatever, and there was a time when he left the group and he came back, and it was good. It was just a good
I think Try froze up. Hold on. StreamYard is bullshit. I see. But while he's getting his stuff fixed up and everything, I pretty m- I pretty much got into Bon Jovi. Um, I guess just hearing the songs on the radio. I don't really have like a grand story about how I got into Bon Jovi and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? One thing that always grabbed my attention was Jag. They were the hard rock group that females digged, in my opinion. Like females effed with. And I noticed that Bon Jovi has a lot of female fans and stuff like that, especially John Bon Jovi. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, when it comes to Bon Jovi, I like them, but I'm more of like the middle Bon Jovi and stuff like that. Like mostly Slippery When Wet, Keep the Faith. I have to re-listen to New Jersey. I heard some of These Days too. That was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? That's the Bon Jovi I effed with when I guess you could say they got less glam, if that makes sense. I'm gonna let you. Hey,
No, I
hey, you
was
got cut.
saying I was saying, like during the pandemic, he got the surgery on his vocal cords, and he had to train himself how to sing again. And he talked about Richie Sambora having a drug problem. I think it was like an alcohol problem he had too, and he left the group, and then he came back, and they had like the group really um got successful when him and Richie started like songwriting, when they were songwriting together, and they just had this chemistry in the studio where they just made like a lot of hits, back to back, and he talked about them being best friends and stuff like that, and it was great.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, I was just telling them like my experience. I just mostly got into Bon Jovi through the radio. I
Hmm.
say like they're like the hard rock group that females loved and
Right.
everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I like the middle era of Bon Jovi from like '86 to maybe '95. Those are like my favorite years.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't really listen to them when they were like more glam, because to me it's like with Bon Jovi and Pantera,
Hmm.
both started like very glam metal, but then after a while they found their groove and everything. I think like with Bon Jovi, it was definitely the Slippery When Wet album, which we'll talk more about that. But with Pantera, I would say that's the classic Cowboys from Hell album. You know what I'm saying? Cause they had like a more groove metal and everything like that too. Recipes of Dimebag, by the way, too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my thoughts on Bon Jovi, how I got into them.
Hmm.
So Bon Jovi, they are, excuse me, a rock group from Sevierville, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? They consist of members such as, John Bon Jovi, David Bryan, Tika Torres, John Shanks, Everett Bradley, and so on and so on. Alex John Such was the original bassist. So John Bon Jovi was performing music live. Like he was in the band called Rays, and he was mostly playing the piano and the guitar. And then that's when he met David Bryan, and they formed their own group called Atlantic City Expressway, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And then fast forward to 1980, John had formed another group called The Rest and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So while he was doing that, he was working in like various odd jobs and stuff like that, like in the shoe store.
Hmm.
Uh, I want to say he also worked in like power station studios. He worked there for a bit too. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know it, they pretty much formed Bon Jovi and stuff like that too. And made several demos. One of them was actually produced by Billy Squire, who you guys should know who made that song. I think it's called Stroking. That song's been sung by a lot. His music has been sung by a lot of hip hop and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? I might have fucked up the name, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? So that's when fast forward to 1983. You know what I'm saying? They finally got their recording and everything like that together, and you know what I'm saying. And then this led to their self-titled first album on Bon Jovi and stuff like. Well, why am I saying self-titled when I just said the name? Okay, the self-titled album and stuff that came out in 1984. Like I said, I've never actually heard this full album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? All I just know it was like a lot more glam metal and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Followed by their second album, 7,800 Degrees Fahrenheit. You know what I'm saying? This one definitely got them more notoriety, but it was still like moderately successful and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So what they did was they wanted to actually change up the sound a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they hired Desmond Child as a collaborator and everything like that too, and they hooked up with this cat named Bruce Fairbairn, who Bruce Fairbairn, rest in peace to him. He's like another one of those producers that definitely got in the blockbuster rock. Like he was known for doing like albums for Prism, Ian Lord, but I feel like him working with Bon Jovi with this album, that's what a lot more people known him for. And then he also did Aerosmith's Permanent Vacation album coming very soon, by the way. And then he followed up with a lot more of those blockbuster rock albums and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So very dope producer. Rest in peace to him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So That's when they came out and were working on this album. And much of this album was mostly written by John and Richie. You know what I'm saying? Which they wrote some of the best known songs with this album as well too. And then this is the album cover right here. Now they actually have two album covers. You know what I'm saying? So the alternate album cover has like a girl who pretty much looked like she's got out of the pool wearing like a little bikini and it says slip you when wet. Of course, that got banned everywhere, but that was on the Japanese release and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? You can find that on. You just go on Google, just typing that in. But this is the best known cover right here. You know what I'm saying? Just has that little graffiti and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Got the band
And
right here.
they talked about that on the documentary too, like the album cover.
What do they say?
Cause they were like, that's the original album cover they wanted. The record label was like, hell no. And
Right,
the I think it was an executive or something. They did that. The album cover that you see now, they did that in like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't planned. I think like one of the guys was talking about how they did it, and they had like a background, and then like they had like the water, and that was it. It was that simple.
right. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, man. And as you can see in the booklet, there's lyrics and everything like that, and something in the booklet and everything too. So that's a lost art.
Yeah, back when we had lyrics in albums.
Right. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so this album has 10 songs. We're gonna start off with the first song called "Let It Rock." Very nice way to kick off the album. You know what I'm saying? I love the drums on this one. It definitely had that stadium quality that I fucking love and shit. So yeah, definitely love it.
Had a nice beat, nice intro song for that.
Yeah, definitely a nice intro. All right, next song is "You Give Love a Bad Name." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you. I know this is like a fan favorite with a lot of people. I never really loved this song like that. Not saying it's a bad record, I'm not saying it's a bad record, but it just never really gravitated toward. But it is catchy. Originally this song was the chorus came from a singer named Bonnie Tyler and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely one of those more catchier, glam kind of songs and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? That chorus is catchy as hell. You give love,
Back to the heart and you're to blame.
you
Classic,
give love a bad name, and
classic.
that's
How
my.
could you not like? What are you talking? What are you talking?
I mean, I like it. I just don't love it.
I love it. Classic record. The chorus is catchy. The beat, the guitar play, everything. I think there's a
Definitely.
video. There's a video for this as well.
Right.
Definitely.
All right. Next song is "Living on a Prayer." Now, this joint right here, this is one I definitely love. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the intro just builds you up and gets you hyped and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean that, and then we have the talk box from Rich that
Yes. Wow, wow,
that
wow, wow,
that
wow.
just fucking yeah, that just gave it a fucking
Yeah,
edge and stuff like
yeah.
that. Too, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this joint right here was very dope. I love this song. Everybody and their moms love the song. This might be to many people their signature song as well too. So yeah, very 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 dope.
Classic. This was in Rocky Four. If you remember Rocky Four, when Rocky had to fight Drago in Russia, and at that point Drago had killed Apollo Creed, which was his best friend, which is the father for Apollo now in the story, and um when Rocky is like training to fight Drago, like they played the song.
Right,
And Rocky Four was like one of my favorites in the series. Like right after Part One, it's Rocky Four for me, and it's just a classic record, and the beat was great. The background vocals with Richie, and it was also in Rock Band as well. Again, I love it.
Yeah, love that record. All right, next track we got is Social Disease. Um, this song right here is another pretty dope record right here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this one don't get as just you. When I hear motherfuckers talk about Bon Jovi though, it definitely has like a very hard rock mixed with glam edge to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, very, very, very dope track right here. Love the bass line to this track too.
Yeah. This was dope. Definitely had a nice beat to it, nice guitar play.
Yeah, definitely. Now the next song, "Wanted Dead or Alive," my favorite Bon Jovi song. Period. In
Hmm.
my opinion, you know what I'm saying. This one right here is one of the best rock songs I've ever heard in my life. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Wonderful guitar work from John and Richie. You know what I'm saying. Very, very, very. It had like a very cinematic. It's like glam metal meets progressive rock in a way. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But my favorite version of this song was the VMA's performance of this record. And what was interesting about that, it was the fact that they actually performed it with just acoustic guitars and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? And long and behold, MTV got the idea to do a show called Unplugged and shit like that too,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Very, very dope show, in my
Classic
opinion,
show.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. But there's been some controversy with that because Richie has said that if it wasn't for that, there would never been no Unplugged. But the MTV staff tried to say that they were already working on this concept
Mm,
before. But there was some back and forth. But I've always said it was the VMAs that kicked it off, in my opinion. And this the
right.
cat, and this the chorus. I'm a cowboy, and I when I'm
Still
fine, wanted, wanted, dead or alive. Man, that track is fire. Love that record.
classic. And the part
You
with
said what?
the part with background vocals by Richie Sambora, like when he's doing the wanted part like that, it just gave it more flavor on the chorus.
I definitely agree with you about that.
Yeah, you know, classic
That was
record.
always
It's huh?
that was always my favorite part of that song too.
Right. Yeah, when Richie's on the background vocals, you know, it's just and it starts out like a ballad, you know. Then at some, during I want to say like mid track, the drums come in, picks up pace, you know, great guitar play by Richie, and it's been sampled by Cameron. I know Cameron couldn't clear it. I think it was for Purple Haze or something.
Oh wow.
Um, I don't think he could clear the sample. It was the track with him and Beanie Siegel. They were on it. I remember hearing that on the mixtapes or whatever. But it was recorded for Purple Haze, if I'm not mistaken. And
Oh
um,
wow.
that was a great song, man. Just a classic. This to me is his signature track. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the one that people know him for. You know, and if you put this song in like any western, I think it would fit that movie. So this to me is like my favorite Bon Jovi song.
Yeah, this has always been my favorite Bon Jovi song too.
Yeah.
All right. Next track is "Raise Your Hands." Another very dope track right here too. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely one of the more stadium rock songs on the album and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Love this record. I feel like it's low key one of the best songs on this album. John's charismatic energy was what really carried this song. Yeah,
Mhm.
what more can I say?
Yeah, this was good. Had a good guitar play. Nice beat.
Definitely. All right. Next song is called "Without Love." Ooh, another one of those songs. But this whole album is just full of bops right here, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This whole song right here is pretty good too. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much what I got from this song, like the first verse, um, is probably talking about like a girl who I guess was caught up in the wrong side of the tracks and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? And in the second verse, it was talking about a guy who was down on his luck and everything like that, and he feels like no one gets his pain. But the thing about the song was like they always had love on their side. They feel like it's going to take them to another day and
Yeah.
everything like that. So I feel like it has a very, very, very strong message as well too. You know what I'm saying? It kind of reminds me songwriting wise a little bit of Journey's "Don't Stop Believing" in a weird way,
Uh-huh.
but maybe that's just
It's a rock ballad for sure. It has definitely has that 80s, rock ballad sound. You know, um, yeah, the synthesizers on it, the bass line, like everything about it just sounds 80s. It just sounds like an 80s, rock ballad, and like when you come to like this part of the album where the latter songs are like more, toned down. It's more like at a slower pace, but still has that rock sound. So I think it's a great rock ballad.
definitely a great rock ballad indeed. Um, next song is called "I Die for You." Um, another cool song right here too. This one definitely has more like a raw love song ballad kind of side to it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I like it. Not only one of my favorites, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, man, this the lyrics that Bon Jovi singing, I'd die for you, I'd cry for you. You know it's true, cause baby, I die for you. Yeah, it has like again another rock ballad, nice beat, guitars, synthesizers on it. You know, so you got like two back to back great rock ballads on here.
Definitely. Next song, "Never Say Goodbye." Whew, fire track right here. Definitely a fire track. You know what I'm saying? Another power ballad, but this one's like a lot more slower. You know what I'm saying? Which I feel like this definitely utilizes the guitar work more from Richie. You know what I'm saying? This one was a very dope song, a very dope ballad indeed. I love it.
Yep. Like the video. The video is like he's at like a concert with like the live audience and you know the great guitar solo by Richie. That was really the highlight for me from this song, with like the guitar solo and the beat. And I think I feel like they were good at doing rock ballads. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody was, but I feel like they were. Yeah, I mean they got like four rock ballads on here, like three or four
Right.
that were great. So
Definitely. Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. All right. And the last song, Wild, Wild in the Streets. One of my favorites, next to Unwanted Devil. This might be my second favorite track on the album. It just has that free spirited kind of vibe to it. Definitely an ode to the nightlife in Jersey and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time too, you gotta watch your back because niggas will try anything and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? So very, very, very dope song.
yeah, this was like a change of pace. You end the album more from the high note. It was more up tempo. You know, I think it was a good way to end the album off. With the more tempo beat and the guitars, and this was good.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that. Overall, this album to me, it's a rock classic in my opinion. I definitely feel like this is their best album. Not a bad track here, and it's no surprise that this is actually the best-selling album to
Mhm.
date. It's, I think it went like 16 times platinum, I think, but
Wow.
that's crazy. I feel like they found their style with this one as well too. So
Right.
I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna definitely give this a 5 out of 5.
Definitely five mics for me. When we did like the top 100 rock albums, this was like in my top 10. So um, it was the first one I heard from them, and still my favorite out of any others. And I didn't hear all the albums, but this one to me is like clearly the best one. I could tell you that already. And big hits on here. Wanting Dead or Alive and Living on a Prayer and You Give Love a Bad Name. Like those are like rock classics in their own right. You know what I'm saying? And the production was great. The background vocals from Richie, the guitars played from Richie and John, his vocals, and definitely five mics for me.
Yeah, definitely agree with you about that. All right. Well, I have another podcast at 7 o'clock, so I might just end this one a bit early. I'm doing the. I was supposed to have done the Boondocks yesterday, but I had an emergency I had to deal with and stuff like that too.
Right.
Ashley and Rayshawn on joining me. I know you say you're not a big fan of the show, but if you want to join, you're more than welcome to join if you want.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Also, this Thursday at 6 p.m., I plan on doing Freddie Gibbs' new album, "You Only Live Once." You know what I'm saying? Definitely see what that talking about. And then Friday, me and Try gonna do a top 5 rap albums from New York boroughs and shit.
Oh boy. What time we doing that?
We do that Friday at 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything you want to say before I head out?
Vote. Black people need to go out and vote and stop bitching and complaining about, you want change. You don't get change unless you actually go out and try to make a change.
Exactly.
And when you go out and vote, don't go out and vote and put a wrong person. They voting for people that don't give a fuck about us, which makes no sense to me.
Trust me, I learned that the hard way, y'all. Trust and believe. Like, cause y'all know how I felt about voting. I mean, I still say
You're gonna
if
see it. You're gonna see how many of these fake woke people that's out there that the minutes another black man gets gunned down innocently, they're gonna be the first ones to bitch and complain about it. But you wasn't on the line trying to make a change though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear that from nobody. Don't sit there and complain about the government and this and that, and you wasn't out there trying to make a change yesterday.
exactly,
It's just ignorant to me at this point. And now we got this orange pale faced motherfucker back in the White House with the Senate, and he could do at this point whatever he wants to black people, and nobody can should complain about it because nobody y'all wasn't out there voting, you know. So
but y'all still cry and
this
complain.
this country is going to hell, which is what I said is going to hell. And if people don't wake up and realize that, then I feel sorry for you.
Facts. But other than that, I hope you all have a good night. Appreciate this try as usual, and I'll see y'all niggas later. Peace.